I just want to talk a little bit about where I'm from. And as a survivor, I was born in Belgium in 1939, a few months before the war. And Belgium actually hid, Belgium is a country of 8 million people. And when the Germans came in, they immediately hid 28,000 Jews. And I'm alive and here today, mainly because of my mom was able to make a decision to hide me. And she actually put me in hiding. She didn't know where I was going. She wasn't allowed to know where I was going.
And this is so easy when my daughter just could say that she went into hiding. This was very difficult to be happening, and it happened. I'm very, very, very grateful that I have her alive today.
Thank you, Karen.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you very much for inviting us. Lovely affair. I was also extremely lucky. We lived under the Nazis from the day I was born for 6 years. The family lived 17 miles outside of Cologne, which is Western Germany. I cannot tell you what went on in the family before Kristallnacht because I was too little. I know I was never taken outside much. They were terribly careful to keep me inside the house. But on Kristallnacht, we got warning that we were going to be invaded. So, by a righteous Gentile who knocked on the door and risked his life. My grandmother decided that we were all running away. We were not going to take any chances. So they hired another righteous Gentile, put us in a car with my grandparents, and as we left the house, we saw the smoke and we smelled the smoke of the burning synagogue.
We left our house in Vilna in the spring of 1941 and started walking towards Russia. We were bombed while traveling, and we were separated. My mother, one brother, and I were together. My father, 2 brothers, my sister, and a young boy my father had rescued were in a separate group. My mother, brother, and I ended up working on a farm in Russia. My father and the rest of the family ended up in a different city in Russia. Luckily, we all reunited in Vilna after the war. Thank you, Vega.
They asked me a question. You want to go back to war or you want to get shot? I opened my hands like that, I want to get shot. I couldn't take anymore. I'm here. I'm 100 years old, I'm here. I survived. I lost all my family. I had brothers, 4 brothers. I have a sister and 3 children and a husband. Everything was because of the fires. I survived, I'm here.
But I speak from my heart. I speak for the 6 million people who couldn't talk. I try to speak for them too. Because here I am, to people who like to know what happened to us. I'm lucky that I'm still alive. I would not believe that I'll be at this time, reach my age of almost 90, be able to talk, to be normal, trying to be normal, of course. But I feel that it was my obligation to do it. To all of them who perished in such a horrible way. No one can comprehend in life what we've been through. Sometimes I pinch myself. Did I go through really so much? And I could still act normal like this? What am I? But I feel that I have to be strong, to continue as long as I'm able to. As long God will give me, I don't know how much longer, but at this point, I feel that I have to do it. Let the whole whole world should know that never again, we're not going to let happen to us what happened to my family, to 6 million Jews and many, many more nations.
I have someone else who would like to speak. Viviana, is that correct? Viviana.
I was born 1940, 1 month before the Nazi invaded France. I am from Paris. The reason I wanted to talk is to remind all of you, when you are asked to help, please give.
In a small town in Germany, life was normal and Hitler came to power in 1933, and my parents had a business. My father was a World War I veteran. I lost my grandfather on my mother's side during the First World War. He was also fighting for the German army. And life was pretty normal till 1933 when things changed very rapidly. The march about 10 days, 100 kilometers will take about 10 days. And if you can walk, you have to walk. At that time we had only wooden shoes. And so you sign up and you can walk, and who cannot walk, you stay here and somebody will take care of you. Well, whoever was taken care of was never seen again.
I was born in a village outside of Frankfurt in Germany. We lost quite a few people too. But the village I was born in, there were mostly Catholic people. And they were very good to us. In fact, when my family moved to Frankfurt, we had the wife of our mayor coming and brought us food, all kinds of things. 1 minute. When the Nazis were coming from Aschaffenburg, which also was near Frankfurt, when they came, the mayor called the police, and the police came with guns and said, if you do anything to this house, we'll shoot you down. So the story is altogether different.
Thank you very much, Ruth.
The event was started and conceived a year after my father died at the Hebrew Home. Progress Club, which sponsors the event, is 2 blocks up the street. I was having a Sunday morning conversation breakfast with one of the club members who volunteers at the Hebrew Home, and we talked about how many potential Holocaust survivors could be living here. And it seemed like a great opportunity to put together survivors and groups of people, including my children, who never got to meet Holocaust survivors, to hear firsthand accounts. 2009 was the first one. We did it every other year for the first 3 events were 2 years apart. And then after the 3rd event, one of the residents asked me, said, can't we do this every year? And I said, as long as you all are here and you want it, I'll do it every year. So that's our commitment. Every year we have a committee that tries to come up with ideas to improve the previous year. And it's not striving for perfection, it's a basic concept to create an atmosphere where people are comfortable sharing their history and for people to hear the history.
So what's next?
Next April, we'll do it again, and it'll be number 6. Looking forward to it.